Okay, welcome to our Sunday's class. I warmly welcome in online lifelong study circle. We are studying a series on consciousness, the evolution and the level of consciousness. We started a couple of months ago, and because of it's a very extensive and it's a very complex and very important for personal development, for spiritual development, and for mm, making a transformation within myself, within yourself. That's why we are studying each topic every Sunday, and we are learning it from the book, the legend book, The Map of the Consciousness Explained by Dr. David Hawkins. Um, and that book is a breakthrough in modern science, in psychology, in philosophy, and in spirituality. So here is on your screen is an outline of the things which we studied already. It's showing in a maroon or red color. If I can show you, these are the topics which we already learned, which we already read and discussed. And all previous recordings are on my YouTube channel, which you can find on the YouTube. Today we are uh, here uh, going to study question answer. So we have a three question answer, question number three, question number four, question number five, because after reading all in last 10 weeks, uh, we cover a lot of topics in consciousness. Um, and so we are nowadays studying question answer series. So, and that's why question answer help us uh, to understand the reality directly uh, and more in a practical way. So, um, so let's go. So here is the first question. I would ask everyone to answer it briefly first, and then we will see what is a right answer or how we should see it, and then we read the correct answer. Uh, Not correct, but I mean the right answer or the best answer according to Dr. David Hawkins. So here is a question. So the question is, if the world is emerging by virtue of the presence of God, uh, whose nature is said to be love, then why do bad things happen in the world? Why do bad things happen with many people? If God is love, um, and God is God's is the being which is dominated by love, so why bad things are happening? Or in other says that why evil is dominated look like, um, and why many people kill good people, destroy the cities, and you know. So so let's think about, contemplate that what is your take on it. Very brief answer you can give, 1 2 lines, or if you want to explain you can, so that we can learn this more. So
Do you want
what
us to make an answer now, or do you want us to wait until your class and then do an answer based on the material? I'm just curious.
I think because we need to know what is our perception right now, and then uh, we, after reading the answer, we will see how does it match and where we were we close to the best answer, or were we far away from the best answer. So this is also. So what do you think, Jenny? What is your take on it?
I think the world is a primitive place that is barbaric at times, and that we have free will as people. So that's going to affect everyone. Some people choose to do good, some people choose to do bad. And sometimes things just happen, things break. And I
Mm,
don't think that it's, God ever coming for us or being. I don't even think God does it to us. A lot of times we do a lot of these things to ourselves, or it's just the nature of how things are. Like people do die, that's part of our phase of life. That's very painful, something we don't understand. And
yeah.
I think that bad things happen to good people, but good things happen too, and that there's more good than there's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, like it on
Yeah.
a scale, there's so much more good than bad. But bad can
Mm,
seem so, well, it is. It's terrible when it happens, whatever it is. But
yeah.
God's with us. Like if we're
Yeah.
going through a hard struggle, he's still there.
Yeah.
He's just there with the way the world is designed. It's designed to work the way that it does, and he's not out there throwing, things on you all the time. He's not that kind of God, but he
Yeah.
does know that things happen and we're supposed to reach out to him for comfort while we even go through it, as strangely
Yeah.
as that sounds. And that's
Yeah.
what I think.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. It's a very comprehensive and vast statement, and also you are explaining. Uh, yeah, Subhan, what is your take on, if you like to answer?
Yeah, not sure because this is like something that is new to me.
Yeah, no problem. Excellent. So let's read our answer, and we will try to understand, and we will make our mind and our soul uh, closer uh, to the reality what Dr. David Hockney. So here is the answer. It is a quick three paragraph. So we all will read one paragraph each as a book study. So this question answer I have taken from the book. So this is the book, if you can see me, yeah, and you can buy from Amazon, or yeah, and they can deliver you very quickly in 2 3 days. So it's a very popular book. Uh, so and this is our answer. Okay, let's go and read it, and then we will briefly explain it as well. So I would ask my friend Jenny if she can start reading it, and then we will go from here.
If the world is emerging by virtue of the presence of God, whose nature is said to be love, then why do bad things happen to good people? Good or bad is your perception. Adversity can actually be seen as a gift. Many cancer survivors will tell you it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Mm,
Divinity is omniscient, all knowing, and you are not. Your perception is not reality. What you perceive as unfair might be just the means of liberation. What you're wanting to know is whether there is intrinsic justice in the world and whether happenings in the world emerge justly and fairly. Yes, they do. Human life is karmically fair, completely and totally. Everyone is steering their own canoe. As love is the ultimate law of the universe, statement calibrates at 750. Each person is born into the circumstances of maximal spiritual benefit. Can
excellent,
I say
very good.
something? If there's a
Yeah,
lack of understanding of this right here, this could anger a person that's lower on the scale. They
yeah.
could look at it and just be so mad at this whole thing. You know that?
Which whole thing?
Well, like the cancer survivors will tell you it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
If someone
I,
sees it in that way,
mm,
they understand exactly what this is meant, and it's it can be. But then
yeah,
if they're not on this, if they're on the scale of how badly they've been affected,
yeah.
they wouldn't see it this way at all. So it's interesting because it's just, you're right, the perception is everything, and where you're
Excellent.
at in your perception
Yeah.
and your
Basically,
understanding, I guess I should say.
yeah. the Dr. David Hawkins basically, he has a very broad-minded, and he said um, that the good and bad which we label in this world is basically not the good and bad. That is my perception. I'm labeling it good and bad. Maybe it is good for or bad for you, but it is a good in a broader sense, or some other people can take it as a good. Um, and there are a lot of examples I can give you as well
Well,
about
the
that. One,
survivor. I think
yeah,
the survivor part is where you're so grateful because you got touched with the fact that your life could have ended and then it didn't because you survived. And then you have
yeah,
this brand new reflection of
yeah,
everything that you didn't appreciate before that you just think is so wonderful to have now.
yeah. And we can see, look, in other way as well, other dimension as well, that that many people, when they are in pain and suffering, or they have gone through or will go through in a very severe surgery, like cancer or many other complicated surgeries, when they don't know whether they will be alive tomorrow or not, and when they survive, look, and this thing is not only the physical point of view. Many people, in my experience, like 80-90% people, when they have a physical challenges in form of diseases, ailments, illnesses, severe sicknesses, and if they survive, then after that their life is changed dramatically. They, because this illness basically is a ladder to change themselves, and and that helped them to become a superman or a super good person from that bad thing, which is look like illness is a bad, but actually for many people is good, because it helped them to change their completely lifestyle. It helped them to change completely their mental outlook of the world, the way uh, he or she used to before that disease.
You
Also,
realize
they,
what's important,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
So
it's things like, wow, I should go see my mom more, or I should have a better relationship with my family, or, I should be more
yeah,
appreciative of the career that I have, or whatever it is that you
uh,
maybe were lacking in before that now you just appreciate and you're like better.
yeah, absolutely. And God is knowing everything. We are not God, and therefore we have a very limited and very poor perception, faulty perception, uh, limited perception, or limited knowledge of the things which is happening around me or within me, and that's why I label it good or bad, but actually it's not bad. So and that's why we, as a human being, we always uh, are have unfair and complaining attitude, unthankful attitude towards things happening around us, and that's why um, we we are in danger of in our own labels. Uh, Whereas the person who is enlightened, who is uh, who is very spiritual, who is very knowledgeable, and who is very humble, that person does not have this limited view. That person knows that there is a power of acceptance, there is a power of letting go, there is a superpower beyond my perception. I will not judge anything. Okay, I have to go surgery after 1 week. I don't know what will happen, but I know that something will happen good. So rather than judgment on the conclusion and make the things uh, more in a narrow shell. Uh, he or she put everything on a supreme intelligent thing, which is God, and that these people are more, you know, more positive, and they are good survivor as well. And yeah, and also one important thing is a karmic, karmically fair, and that is another uh, way of truth. Karma, the people who believe on karma, um, actually it's not a belief, it's a way of thinking how the life on our planet is happening. So if somebody is doing good deeds in a next life, which God will give that person, he or she will appear in a more better form. So we are in a karmic process, okay? So, and that is absolutely fitting to the human life, especially in so we can see this thing in a broader perspective. And there is a ultimate law of universe, and that calibrates 750. So law of the universe, it is a big, um, and each person is born into the circumstances of maximum spiritual benefit. So we are here. I am Maratip. I'm here to take maximum benefit spiritually on this life, and I will get it. Jenny is there, and Jenny was born to get maximum benefit from this world, and she can get, and she will get more. More she will transform, more she will be here to get benefit. Javeria and Subhan will also can do. We are here to get maximum spiritual benefit on this life. And people leave this life, this world peacefully when they die with maximum benefit. And the next life, whatever will come, will be in a better form. At this time, I'm in a human form, okay? In a in a in a very different role in my life. And so that is of you, and everyone is linked. So let's furthermore what the Dr. David Hawken is saying. So if I will ask Javeria, hi Javeria, if you can read the uh, next paragraph.
Yeah, hi, good evening and happy Eid.
Oh, hello, happy Eid to you and everyone who is
Hey,
celebrating.
Javeria, good to see you.
Morning, Jenny. Okay, so this one paragraph starting from for something to be unfair.
Yeah,
Okay, for something to be unfair, the universe would have to be accidental or capricious. Capricious? Nothing is accidental, and divinity is not capricious. Given to sudden and unaccountable, unaccountable changes of mood and or behavior. The non-linear domain of infinite power throughout all time. Divinity is like an electromagnetic field of infinite dimension, and infinite is in power, and within which little iron fillings automatically line up according to their charge, and then everything that has existence karmically has a poly, polarity a charge. Everything within a domain of divinity is aligned within the field according to earth's karmic inheritance, and Inheritance, yes. Therefore, the justice of God is instant. No iron feeling can be anywhere else than it is.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great reading. So, David Hawking is explaining the and answering further about that many people think that everything is accident, and that is a paradigm which we taught to our children in the school, that this was a Big Bang theory, and Big Bang happened, and from there the whole universe, the entire galaxy, million billion stars, and these all start to form, and because it happened automatically, it happened accidentally, so there will be some fault, there will be some discrepancies, there will be some uh, big loops, big gaps on this universe. And that's why, I mean, many people, they, when they're born and they died, with the misery and pain, that must be the fault within the universe. And that's why, I mean, many people born with the poor fate or very unfortunate fate they have. Many people, they die of brutal diseases. They die in a terrorist attack, or so they must be have a bad deeds, or because of the fault within the universe, and that's why this is happening. It is not according to God, because and blah blah, or the God is have a bad mood, and that's why the God send the earthquake on the um, entire country, and many people died because of the mood of the God or something. And we many people have explanation of like this, but the reality is that God, or this world is not accidental. This world, this whole entire universe and worldview is are designed, okay, and it's not because of any cause and effect, that there is a cause of effect. It is a very limited view of myself upon my reality in form of world. The reality is this world or this design, this life is a perfect for people who are here to get spiritual benefit. Like I said, we are in a dream at the moment, but this world does not look a dream, okay? And we are here to feel blissful. We feel that I'm the blessed person on this planet, and I have a beautiful relationship in form of parents, mom, dad, husband, wife, daughter, son, neighbor, friends. I believe that Jesus is around us. I believe Prophet Muhammad is around us. I believe that lot of prophets and great people are here, spiritual people are here. So, and they are counterbalancing the negative forces on this planet. So this is uh, the right thing which we can think about and we can feel about. Okay, so everything is not because of any cause. There is no cause and effect is going on. Everything is flowing under a great design which is given by God. So that's why we have to be very careful that there is no unfair thing is happening and everything. But because of my lack of intellect, because my poor vision, because of my faulty paradigm, or I can say the materialistic paradigm, or I can say the poor scientific paradigm, I feel that there is a lot of injustice is happening and blah, blah, blah. And that's why um, people who are in blessed um, life state or who are in the best conscious state, they never complaining, they never criticizing, they never um, contending other people. So they never uh, in any unthankful or discredit mode, and they know that everything is designed and is happening, and it is. I'm in the test mode. I have to contain myself. I need to develop myself. I need to do uh, a great self-discipline on myself, on great discipline on my mind, on my body, so that I can witness of the miracles happening after I observe the patients on a biggest challenge which I come across in my life. So that's why I mean this world uh, is for only great people. This world is for people who are in personal development journey, because every day they learn new things and they come across the new things from the God. Okay, they don't want to be look at the world with the very faulty and limited uh, worldview, and that's why it is not uh, accident. Our world is not an accident. It is under the design. So let's continue, and this answer is going on. So I would ask Jenny if she continues to read the answer of the question.
The presence of God is an infinite power without parts, positions, movements, without anthropomorphic projections, without feelings, devoid of psychological problems, and an unconscious mind. Divinity is not capricious, not angry, emotionally disturbed, or vengeful, and not in need of psychoanalysis and therapy. Divinity is an infinite field of power and therefore of necessity has no divisions. It's like gravity, an indivisible field within which each of us lines up according to our karmic inheritance. On one level is the sum total of all we have ever said yes to, whether we remember it or not. There's always freedom of choice. Therefore, each moment we make our decision. We can describe this world as the maximum opportunity required for the evolution of one's consciousness. This is a dimension where choice is unlimited, from the most horrific and gruesome, very unpleasant, to the most beatific, blissful.
Thank you. It's a great reading. So here we need to understand basically the God. Who is God? The God which we believe, or my parents, or my teacher, my society taught me, or taught everyone almost, that the God think in perspective like a king, and God is something which is outside of you. God is someone who is from the sky, is watching you, and will throw you if you do something wrong into the fire, or on put you in a heaven if you will do good things. No, no, no. That is a very materialistic paradigm we have been taught about the God. God is presence everywhere. It's like an infinite power everywhere. It's like our entirely universe is full of electromagnetic field. And if something happen in an electromagnetic field, uh, then what happen? Uh, it reflect on something happened in form of, for example, if there is an electromagnetic field around around this glass, okay, so okay, and if I brought a iron here, so iron will stick here, okay, But our actions are like an iron, okay? Whatever action I will do, it will do according to the electromagnetic waves around this glasses here, okay? It is not the fault of the electromagnetic waves around the glass. It is the faulty action which is coming near to that things. So God, so this is just a metaphor I am presenting. The God is unlimited power in the entire universe as it is full of love, full of mercy, full of blessed element. Now, if I will brought iron, for example, this piece of paper is like my action, my best action or great deeds which I do. And I brought in that unlimited field of God's love, then it will induced, it will be inducted by God's love, and I will be a blissful person. My action will be accepted by the God. But there is no fault in the God's love. There is no as such. This has been created by me as a faulty paradigm that God is something separate from me. We call it a duality paradigm. If you, in a philosophical term, that God is separate and I'm separate. I'm a separate being and God is a separate being. No, no, no. There is only one being exists in entire and everywhere. And we as a human being, we have a human form, okay? And if my human form is compatible with my God being, then I will be blissful. I will be a very spiritual, and I will live in the world peacefully and leave this world in the next world peacefully as well. But if I will be unstable under my pressure of and force, external forces of ego, of my evil nature, which I have created for my by my evil mind, my ego mind, then the God's love will not help me. Then this magnetic field of infinite God's power will not help me because I am under negative influence of my negative egoic mind. And that's why I will remain in pain and suffering. And that is the outcome of my egoic mind, that I will never be blessed. I will never be us getting the spiritual benefit. That's and that's how there are two things we as a human being face. So this world and this my parents, my teachers, my society is making me in a dual philosophy that you are separate and everyone is separate. So that's why we have made you labels and identities. And because everyone is separate and everyone is a unique identity, therefore you cannot you develop your own ego. Someone will develop their own ego, and that's why we all full of billions of egos around us, and they will clash all the time. And that's why this world is a hell for you, because they are clashing all the time. But the reality is not this. This is a faulty perception paradigm you have in your mind, and that we have to come out. The reality is that the God is omnipotent, God is omniscient, and He is everywhere. I need to decide myself that whether I need to become a dual nature or believe in a dual philosophy, or I need to believe on non-duality, on a non-dual philosophy, or or connect, wants to connect with God. like Jesus is connected with God, or Jesus or other great people like Prophet Muhammad connects with God, or other amazing uh, people who are closer to God. So what makes them connect with God? Are they feel that this world is hell of fire and full of ego and full of clashes, um, or shame or anger or fire all the time? Or they feel that this world is full of love, mercy, miracles, blissful nature, everything is serving to me to connect me towards the God? So which paradigm is looks very closer to truth? That you need to decide. But if you have chosen the wrong paradigm, then your world will be hell. You will be die mercilessly. You will be die in pain and suffering because you don't believe and you don't see the world in a different way, which is a real way, which is a ultimate reality. You want to see the world with your faulty and egoic mind's paradigm, and that's why you will suffer all the time. And that was pointed out by Prophet Muhammad in his teaching. That was pointed out by Jesus Christ in his teaching. That was pointed by Siddhartha Gautama Buddha in his teaching, and thousands of other people and beings who came on this planet Earth for uh, informing, for alerting the mankind, and want to make you closer to God. And it is up to us. And so, uh, this is the last paragraph, is a quick thing. And it mentioned about the Buddha, uh, or we call Prophet Buddha. Uh, He's saying Buddha believed that the world as a karmic opportunity. So take this world as a karmic opportunity, and that calibrates at 600 level, which is very good, and is a teaching of the Buddha that reveals all experiences in the world to be an opportunity for spiritual evolution. Amazing. And this is amazing. I think it is a quote from the Buddha. And what is that? Rare is to be born a human. Rarer still is it to have heard of enlightenment. And most rare is it to pursue enlightenment. It's amazing. I'm not sure, or maybe it's a quote from the David Hawkins. So there are three levels of human. One, we born as a human, which is very rare. Okay, so let me put it here like this. The other level is heard about the enlightenment. Like if you heard about enlightenment, okay, like you will feel blessed if you heard about enlightenment. And the next level is if you pursuing the enlightenment. We call it enlightenment as a guidance. And guidance is a word which Bible often spoken about. The Holy Quran also spoke about guidance. And then if you are pursuing towards guidance, the
It's 14 hours.
enlightenment is a whole guidance, okay, to the person to connect with your God, with the greater spirituality. And yeah, I think it's a great, it's an amazing quote which is here on the screen. And that is the philosophy of our life. So let's come back to the question. The question was, if the world is emerging by virtue of presence of God, if there is a God and your world is going on, your life is going on, and God's nature is said to be love, and you believe that the God is a love, then the question is, why do bad things happen to the good people? Or why bad things happen in the world, for example? So we got the answer, and And the answer is in couple of dimension. One is in a good and bad, is a perception, is only your perception. You think it's a bad. It's not a bad in God's eye. And the second is God is all-knowing. If God is all-knowing, then nothing could be wrong. Okay. And the third is that you think it is unfair, but it is not it is absolutely fair. And how? Because our life is in karmically designed. Karmically, the karma is always in operation, and karma is a reality which not only Hindu believe, but Christian, Jews, and many enlightened Muslims and lot of other people, they believe as well that the karma is happening. If we will do good deeds here, then we will be blessed in the next form of life, in the next form of the world when we die. So, and it is rated at 750. Okay, it's a big and 750 is an enlightenment. I think it's an enlightenment journey, enlightenment level. We also uh, think this question in terms of that this world is not because of the cause and effect. Cause and effect is created by, is a paradigm created by my ego mind, by my scientific mind, and they interpret the whole world that something is happening because of some reason. No, nothing needs to be happen, or not always everything happen because of the cause. Many things are happening without any cause, okay? But we are not aware. We only focus on one or very limited thing. And when we understand why this is happening, and then we assume that everything is happening because of the cause. And that is my arrogance, which make me that I know everything. And that's why lot of the evil mind or devil, what devil thinks? Devil thinks that he knows everything. Arrogant person, what he thinks, I know everything, or I know most of the things. They are not down to earth. They are not have humility within them. And that's why they never be happy, okay? And they make the worse things more worse, okay? Because they think the cause and effect is happening and they know mostly things, okay? The reality is they know only very tiny percentage of the reality, okay? And that's why because they don't admit their limited knowledge, that's why they are in pain and suffering, okay? And that's why many patients in the world and many doctor and medicine, they are not helping people to cure from the pain and suffering because of their ego nature, because they think they know a lot of things. Many people die after surgery. They would look like wonderful, okay? And doctors say, oh, you have to do little bit surgery, and then after that you will be perfect. But nothing happened perfect, okay? The situation become more worse, okay? And that happening with thousands of people because of the ego nature of the some doctor scientists, and they want to experiment, or and many people they lose their life because of their ego things. But of course, not all doctors or not all people are same. Many people they admit that they have a very limited knowledge and they are pursuing more knowledge and accurate knowledge, okay? And but they are humble people and they are doing some best thing in the world. Uh, so that's it. Oh yeah, one thing we also learned that this world is an infinite presence of God, and we need to make ourselves which can connect with the God, like an electromagnetic field of the God. So I need to make myself a magnet. I need to fake like a iron so that it should stick with the electromagnetic field. Uh, like a iron goes quickly with the electromagnetic field. Myself, I need to be a well being, well spiritual being, so that I can also connect with my God uh, more like a magnet connects with the electromagnetic field. And the last, which is amazing, I think it's this quote is really touched me, that the rare is it to be born a human, rarer still um, it to have heard of enlightenment, and the more rare is to pursue enlightenment. So my job here, or your job is here in this class, is that we are pursuing enlightenment, or we could be on the second stage, that we are hearing the enlightenment. Like we are blissful people, at least we born in this world, and we learned, or we thinking about what is enlightenment or what is guidance. So, and then we need to start pursue how we can be a perfect human being or the best human being, so that um, we can connect with God, and God is all supreme, and God um, is omnipresence. So, and that is a question which we learned today. We, of course, it's um nothing is straightforward. 1 plus 1 is 2, but in reality, uh, 1 plus 1 means many dots within 1 plus many dots within 1 is equal to 2, and that 2 could be 1.2 plus zero point 0.2. So we are looking the things in more deeper, so not objectively. So we are trained in this world to see things objectively, but reality is not objective. Reality is subjective, and we are subjective. We need to see things in more detail, not on a superficial level, objective way. So, and that's it. Next week we will have 2, 3 questions. Here is the next question, and there is another question. Oh, here is another quick question as well. So, yeah, so we are in process of learning and applying practical things in regarding consciousness. Okay. If you have any question, or you want to explain, or you have a comment, please feel free. Then otherwise, I think that Jenny has to go as well. So,
Yes, I also want to answer the question. And this class remind me a story. It may be possible you must hear that story, and I also need your help in explanation. I just heard this story. There was a king, and this story is about a king and his successor. The successor was too much positive person, and whatever activity he performed, and whatever things happened to herself, happened to himself, he always say, everything is good, and God did always good everything to me and to everyone. So once the time, I don't know what happened, but yeah, once time, there was the king was cleaning his sword, and the sword was fell down on his foot, and his thumb was cut. His thumb cut due to sword, and as the sword fell down on his No, on his foot. So when the successor get to know this news, and the successor came to king and said, everything is good, everything is fine. So the king was becoming anger. My thumb is cut and you are saying everything is fine, everything is good. So this anger and furious anger, he ordered in his anger to impress his successor. And when the and he was almost more than 10 years, he was in imprisonment. And then during this, the king was going somewhere on his somewhere traveling. And during traveling there was a jungle. When he was going through a jungle, there was those person who eat human. What we call those person who eat human.
I think they are barbarism, something like that word I heard.
So
Uh,
yeah, so there was this person, and this person kidnapped king. And they always eat those human who are completely full. But when he was just on the edge to cut the human to eat the king, they just saw the king's foot, and his thumb was cut it. And he released just because his thumb was not there, his thumb was cut it. And then
yeah,
he come back, and he
take it.
sent order to his army to release his successor, and bring to him. And when the successor bring to him, and he asked to his successor, why you always said that my everything is good, everything happen good, why you always said? Then he said, it is always actual thing, God created everything good, so happening is everything good. So this class just remind me this story, and it is amazing. And which and I got the moral that every test is a blessing, and every blessing is a test.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very inspiring story. It's a tale, but yeah, it happens with many people. Like in this question, the doctor says that many cancer survivor will tell you that it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Means initially they or many people think that they are in cancer or they are in bad disease, but sometime after going through surgery or after being in a illness, can change their life forever for something much better. Which so yeah, anything which looks like is not happening good may have a very great consequences after a while. So yeah, it is a reality in our life, and many people, I think, uh, many things in my life. It looks it's a nightmare, but actually it wasn't nightmare. After a while, after a few days, um, or after a few months, I realized, oh no, it was actually not a nightmare. It happened with me because of some reason, and that helped me to make a big development for next development or next stage of my life. Um, so yeah, and the old spiritual people, they do like this. Okay, so they always are very positive. Okay, but that thing requires to be more spiritual, and this journey, our life, is a uh, uh, has the big mission, big purpose, and that purpose is enlightenment, to practice the whole guidance, and adapt ourselves fully with aligned of with the God. So thank you very much, and we will see next Sunday with the new question answer in the same series of consciousness. And thank you so much, and see you next week. Bye.
Okay, bye, you guys. Have a fantastic week and enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
Bye.
Bye.